Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Hannah and on my channel I post a ton of anti-MLM content. I'll link a playlist here and in the description box. This is my big anti-MLM playlist. There's almost 80 videos on it at this point, and I add new videos to it every single week. So if any of that kind of content sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, consider liking this video. All those things really help to support my channel and I appreciate you so much for doing that. For today's video, I have MLM Top Fails 43 coming at you. And this video does have a little bit of a theme to it. I think at least the first half of it is all going to be related to the Monat Directors Summit that just happened a couple of weeks ago. This was somewhat of an exclusive event hosted in Miami. It was like a 4-day, 3-night kind of thing. There were all kinds of qualifications and requirements for you to be invited to go. And it essentially looked kind of like a mini conference for the top leaders and for the top earners of the company. Throughout that time, I was kind of keeping my eye on what was being posted to see if there was anything of significance, anything that we wanted to talk about. And what basically ended up happening is the people that attended this summit handed me top fails content on a silver platter. I have a ton of things to show you. We have a lot to debunk in this video. But before we get into it, I want to say thank you to Luisa Jewelry for sponsoring this video. Luisa is a company that crafts high quality jewelry pieces at very affordable prices. They're also a carbon neutral company, and everything from the packaging to the jewelry pieces is crafted with the planet in mind, which I love. Luisa pieces are super unique and simplistic and timeless, which are all things that I personally look for when I'm picking out my jewelry. I love anything with a classy and minimalist look to it, which is exactly why I'm drawn to Luisa. Right now I'm wearing the Paris gold hoop earrings and the Vida necklace. This necklace is right up my alley. I loved it the moment I saw it. It has the most beautiful dainty chain on it and this cute little pave gemstone V shape. I'm obsessed. Their pieces are made with 14 karat gold plated brass and sterling silver, which has a very luxurious look and feel to it. You can definitely tell that these pieces are crafted with quality in mind. Personally, I have never treated myself to high quality jewelry before, and I almost couldn't believe the difference when I wore these pieces for the first time. I was like, oh, these earrings don't make my ears hurt. So this is what nice jewelry feels like. This is a new experience for me. The metals used in their jewelry undergo rigorous testing to ensure that they are safe, that they are nickel free, and they're hypoallergenic, which is perfect for someone like me who really struggles with my sensitive skin, and I find wearing jewelry often to be very irritating to my skin. But Luisa jewelry is so comfortable. I can wear these pieces all day and I often forget that I'm wearing them. I usually film my videos in the morning, and there has been more than one occasion where I will put the jewelry on, I'll film the video. As soon as I'm done with the video, I change back into my comfy clothes and I will completely forget that I'm still wearing the jewelry like hours later. I'll be wearing like a gross t-shirt, sweatpants, and these dazzling gold hoops around the house. It really is quite a look. I feel fabulous. And if you would also like to feel fabulous, Luisa is running a limited time sale where you can get 20% off site-wide by visiting the link in the description box below. And if you are viewing this video after that sale has concluded, have no fear. You can still follow that link and get 10% off your first order by using the code HANNAH10 at checkout. Thank you again to Luisa for sponsoring today's video. So let's discuss Monat's Directors Summit. First, I want to give you a little bit of context as to what this event is, and then I think I have like 8 or 9 different things to show you that were posted from that event that deserve some time in the spotlight. They deserve some discussion. Lots of quality top fail material, let's just say that. As I previously mentioned, this is like an exclusive event. You have to be of a certain rank to even qualify to go. The qualification for this event is kind of confusing, but in general, it was open to the ranks of Market Mentor or above, as long as you hit those ranks in December 2021. The requirements are very nuanced. I will link the terms and conditions and the frequently asked questions document for this event in the description if you want to check those out in more detail. But the simple way to think of this is it was an exclusive event only available to the top 5 ranks of Monat. Not to say that everybody in those top 5 ranks attended, but if a person did qualify to go, they would have to be within those top 5 ranks, which makes up 0.41% of the company. So a very, very teeny tiny percentage of people in Monat could go to this thing. According to the website for this event, the trip includes networking time with the very best of Monat leadership, meaning the people in the top ranks, meaning the president, the CEO, the founders, things like that. Special awards and recognition, 6th annual Monat Gratitude 5K, all right. Exclusive previews of 2022 plans, 3-night accommodations at One Hotel South Beach. That is a very, very nice hotel in Miami. Your round trip flight is included, a full day of leisure is included, option to bring your spouse or a special guest, but of course, costs and conditions apply. We'll talk about that later. One thing I'm not seeing on this list is food. Is food included? As we'll see from the clips that I'm going to show you, they try and make it seem like food is included somehow, like they do have buffets set up. I don't know if that was complimentary complimentary from the hotel, or if Monat's paying for that, I don't know. It does not say that the meals are included on this webpage, but I am under the impression that they did provide some kind of meal during the days that they had long meetings. And from what I can tell, this event was mostly just long days in a hotel conference room, sitting and listening to people high up in the company talk to you. So as you can imagine, you're at the top of your company, you're in this fancy hotel in Miami, you're in the same room as the CEO of your MLM, you probably feel pretty important, right? You best believe that everyone in attendance at this event took every opportunity to go on their social media and overrun it, bragging and boasting about being at this Directors Summit. And by them doing that, I was able to collect a lot of cringy stuff, so lucky us. Like I said, I have 8 or 9 things to show you, and they all kind of go into like these different topics. They all deal with like a different thing that I want to point out to you. So I guess we'll just go one by one. This first collection of clips, this first topic, I like to call Playing Corporate. It's a collection of clips from people at this event talking about how excited they are to be in a board meeting, and like I said, essentially pretending to be a part of the corporate team.
Good morning. We are ready for breakfast. They always fuel us up before they give us a good long day in the boardroom, and I'm super pumped for today because they told us last night that we will be talking about all the plans and some announcements and the direction of the company, and then the CEO and president said, and we want you guys to weigh in. You guys are the ones that are out in the field. You have the teams that it's crazy that they want our opinion and that they really will take it. And it's kind of like a little boardroom. Like sometimes a debate breaks out, but what's really cool is like all of the leaders usually come together and just want what's best for the company as a whole, which I'm told is very unique in our industry. So yeah, and I'm very disco inferno today. Let's go. But first, quick pit stop. You guys, I'm gonna have to find the link. I'll link it. I got this on Shein after my friend Tamra posted a cute little set that she got on Shein. And so I saw this and I thought, okay, if that doesn't scream boardroom in Miami, I don't know what does. But I will find the link and I will link it. But it's so cute, I think.
And then a couple slides later in this same person's story, there's a photo. It says check-in table and NDAs. If you don't know, NDA stands for non-disclosure agreement. People often sign this when you're going to be communicating or hearing about or being informed of some kind of confidential information that you cannot leave that setting and go speak about to other people. So the implication here is like, oh, we're signing NDAs. They're going to tell us all this very important information that we can't say. Look at how special and official we are. And then continuing on even later in her story on the same day she posts this.
We just learned all the things that I can't wait to share with you as the year continues. It's going to be so exciting. I could do it all day. We heard like people in different countries, all of our corporate team, from compliance to our sales team to like just strategy. And so good. So now we are breaking for lunch. We're back in the atrium, which is so cool.
As we continue to watch this little collection of things right now, I want you to be noticing the language that they're using and how this event is being framed as something very exclusive and very important. I also forgot to say this earlier, but the people at the top rank of this company, the very top, that's called Senior Executive Director, and they call themselves SEDs. That's going to come up here soon. So if you see things referring to like SEDs, we're talking about the 0.01% of the company. The tippy top of the pyramid is who SED refers to.
Hello from Miami. I am so excited to be here. You guys, day one, it's a good day when you have to sign an NDA. We've been in this meeting all day and we're just hearing the goodness of what's to come for 2022, what they have in store for us. It's huge and it's going to be such a good year. I love the fact that they're constantly pouring into us and they want us to be the best of the best that we can be. You know, another thing that we were talking about, we love this company because they spoil us, they pour into us, and they show us that they care. Just the little things like paying for our spouse to come with us, paying for flights, the hotel, this earned trip. I mean, there's nothing like it. This company, the heartbeat, the culture, and what's to come. I am so excited.
This isn't the point of me showing you this clip specifically, but first of all, stop saying pour into us. That sounds disgusting. It grosses people out. Second of all, Monat only paid for the spouses of the SEDs to come. Only if you are in the very top rank of this company does your spouse get to tag along for free. If you are not an SED, if your spouse wants to come, they have to pay a $500 fee and they have to book their own flight. So it is true that her spouse got to come to this for free, but that's not the case for everybody who was in attendance. The same person later on their stories posted this. It just says another day, another meeting, and they're like panning over the conference room. This is a video from a different person. It says SED board meetings, and she's panning around this like little meeting room with people around a table all discussing something very important. I feel like the point of this is to show that she's part of an exclusive group of people, even within this bigger exclusive event. A different person posts this photo and says, day one with the top 50 leaders. I still can't believe I get to do this biz with my friends. We're spending time with corporate today, casting vision for the future of Monat. Stay tuned, my friends, because we're just warming up. And then that same person posts this Instagram story. It says the top 2% all got in roundtables today and brainstormed how to be better. This is what keeps us leading the way, friends. The corporate to field communication is incredible. I'm not sure where she's getting this top 2% number because we already talked about the fact that only the top 5 ranks qualified for this. And those top 5 ranks make up less than 0.5%. So unless I'm missing something, I feel like she's kind of just pulling that top 2% number out of thin air, which is kind of strange. But okay, here's the reason that I show you this collection of things. Here's some of the language that people used throughout those clips and photos. Board meeting, boardroom, breaking for lunch, signing NDAs, compliance team, strategy, I've been in this meeting all day, out in the field, round tables. What does this kind of language remind you of? A corporate job, perhaps? Did someone say 9 to 5? A traditional professional career setting? But wait. Here at Monat, I thought we hated 9 to 5s. I thought we demonized working to make a CEO rich. I thought we were supposed to be quitting our corporate jobs because Monat is different and you're a business owner. Now all of a sudden we're dressing up and we're going to board meetings and we're pretending to work a corporate job because now it's like cute and trendy. How utterly absurd is this? They're obviously documenting this experience in such detail because they feel super important and they want the peasants in their downline to think that they're really important too. Look at me, I'm here with the CEO in a board meeting breaking for lunch. They're literally bragging about participating in the exact things that they constantly demonize. So it's okay for you to pretend to be a corporate employee for the weekend, but it is not okay for someone to actually work a corporate job where they are getting an actual salary and actual benefits. Got it. And the best part about this is that the irony is completely lost on them. They have no idea how ridiculous they are acting and how silly this makes them look. Let's move on to the next topic of the Monat Directors Summit. I like to call this topic, the market partners are the customers.
So, are you ready? Trying to make it better. So let's launch a video. The video. Right.
And here we have a room of strictly Monat market partners cheering and screaming over the launch of the new energy flavors. First of all, I thought you owned your own business. Why are you just now finding out that you are launching a new product? Second of all, why is a shampoo company selling energy drink powder? That's a little strange. Third of all, why are we yelling? The answer to all 3 of these questions is very simple. The people who sell these products are also the primary customers. They are just now finding out about this product launch because they are not the owners of the business, they are salespeople. The company has branched out into other product markets besides hair care because nobody is buying this stuff other than the reps themselves. So they need to keep launching new stuff to keep their own representatives interested. and to keep their own people purchasing. And they are yelling with excitement because they're proving the point that they will be the first in line on that website when the product launches to go and buy it. Nobody outside of Monat cares that they are launching new flavors of their energy drink. But that's okay because people outside of Monat aren't the intended audience of customers anyway. This next topic is a short one, but I like to call it recruitment over everything. One person posted a photo of this slide that they had up. It says, "It's not just about you." And she says, "The secret to success, it's always about how you can serve others better." And then similarly, a different person also posted this and they said, "It's not about you, it's about your people. Never forget that," from the Monat CEO. The underlying message here is that in Monat, you cannot be successful if you don't have a team, and the only way to make good money is to recruit. And I use the term underlying message because that's what they truly mean, but what they are saying is that you are serving others, and this business is bigger than you, to make you feel okay with the idea that you have to recruit other people to make yourself successful. It makes you feel like you're doing something good because you are providing them with a life-changing opportunity or something, when in reality, the person that benefits most from you recruiting somebody is you. This next topic is also short, but I like to call it finding the right pyramid scheme. Somebody posted in quotes, "I spent more than I ever made with my previous companies. Kendall is one of my uplines and a $5 million club member. She was also a hairstylist and had tried 5 other direct sales companies before partnering with Monat. She saw the products perform, the fact that everyone washes their hair, and saw people having successful." I think she meant and people having success. So this woman in the background of her photo here is on her 6th MLM before she found one that worked for her. Do you want to know why? It's because she joined in 2016 when the company was only 2 years old and nobody knew about it yet. Only the people who join early and recruit a crap ton of people make it to the top of MLM companies. I don't know what other MLM she was in previously, but I can guarantee you that most of them, if not all of them, were older companies that were totally oversaturated with distributors already. In fact, I went to her Instagram page and I just did some light scrolling. Here's something she posted in 2016 that says, "Avon, over 6.4 million distributors. Mary Kay, over 3 million consultants. Monat, under 30,000 worldwide. Imagine where the first Avon and Mary Kay ladies are now." And then her caption says, "Yep, I'm one lucky duck." Interesting. And there you have it, folks. Even she is admitting on her Instagram account 6 years ago that she could not be successful in an old MLM company, but that she can be successful in Monat because it's brand new and she got in early. Unbelievable. But guess what? I haven't even showed you the biggest fail of this Directors Summit yet. I saved the best for last, and I'm not even going to give this section a title because it really does speak for itself. Here is a picture of one of the presentation slides that Mandy Sue foolishly posted on her Instagram story. She did end up deleting this off her story, but not before I could get a screenshot. And let me address this. Usually I choose not to say the names of these people in my videos, but I am choosing to identify Mandy Sue because in recent weeks there has been some controversy where she posted something racist. It was reported to Monat compliance dozens, if not hundreds of times, and absolutely nothing was done about it, which is unacceptable. If you want more information on this woman and her highly problematic behavior and Monat's decision to enable it, I will link a few videos below. I know that Amal, Julie Jo, Chelsea, and Mallory have all done videos on this particular person, and the fact that she still works for Monat is completely appalling in my opinion. So it is my personal decision in this instance to refer to her by name, to call out her actions, and to take a stand against her racist behavior. But I digress. Unfortunately for the company, Mandy Sue posted a photo of Monat's 8-year trajectory, and it's not the flex she thinks it is. She posts a picture of this slide and she says, "Look at that growth in just 8 years, going up, up, up." What we are looking at is the 8-year graph of Monat's revenue. And what I see is they started in 2014 and they were slow and steady climb all the way up to 2019. They had a little bit of a dip, but don't worry, the pandemic worked in their favor. Huge financial panic, lots of people losing their jobs, lots of people being preyed upon and recruited into MLM schemes. Their revenue shoots up because lots of people are buying starter kits and they're joining the company and they're joining the business opportunity. They have a ton of growth going from 2019 through 2020. And then look at that, a little downtick in 2021. I recognize that it is just a little bit of a downturn, but we have to put this in some context and remember that 2021 for Monat was kind of a big year. They launched a ton of new products and they launched in a brand new country. They opened up in Australia too. I mean, you would imagine that if you're like growing and expanding and all these people are joining and you're creating all these new product lines and you're launching in a new country, you would just expect that by way of doing all of those things, your trajectory would keep going up. But that's that's not the case for Monat. They had a worse year in 2021 than they did in 2020. It's not really something to be bragging about. It's not really something to be showing us. And I don't think it's any coincidence that Mandy Sue was the only person at this event that thought it was a good idea to snap a picture of it and post it publicly. Nobody else did that. Here's a post from the anti-MLM account MLM Boss Babe, and I think that she puts it perfectly and so concisely in this one post. It says, Monat choosing to do nothing about a racist rep only to have that same rep then attend a company meeting where she accidentally exposes the company for losing revenue over the last year is what we call karma. So it's super ironic that Mandy, who has a history of posting unflattering and inappropriate things on the internet, is the person who outed the company publicly for making less money in 2021 than they did the year before. A beautiful case of karma, if you ask me. And that is all the content that I have regarding the Monat Directors Summit. I realize that's going to consume probably the bulk of this video, but there was a ton of stuff that I thought was really important to talk about. And now we're moving on to our regularly scheduled programming of just random reels and clips and things that have been sent to me over the past week. This reel is of a woman crawling on the floor saying, on my way to prep for my tax appointment. And her caption says, our tax appointment is on March 1st and I'll be in Miami until the day before. So clearly she was at the Directors Summit too. Lots to organize as independent contractors, aka lots of write-offs. My lash appointments, clothes, hair appointments, tanning, nails, etc. included. Because that's the perks of this business, hee hee. I've prepared absolutely nothing, but thank God I work well under pressure. Where are my tax experts out there? Because as far as I know, as far as I understand, and as far as every source I could find from actual CPAs, none of those things can be counted as a tax write-off for somebody in a multi-level marketing company. If I'm wrong, I am more than happy to admit that. Please just let me know down below. But based on the brief research that I have done, it is my understanding that she cannot be claiming anything like lashes, hair appointments, nail appointments as write-offs on her taxes, and I honestly don't understand how she thinks she could. The money that she is spending on beauty treatments to pamper herself are not business expenses that are required for her to be in Monat. True business expenses for somebody in an MLM would be things like website fees, the money that you have spent on inventory. You can even write off a portion of your house that is used strictly for business, whether that's like an office space or a storage space for inventory. You can write off marketing materials that you create, like if you're having business cards that you're handing out. You could potentially also write off the money that you have spent on the cup of coffee you bought when you went to a coffee shop to meet up with a potential recruit for the purpose of pitching them. All of those kinds of things could be tax write-offs because it's money that you are spending to keep your business up and running. All those kinds of things fall under the category of ordinary and necessary business expenses as defined by the IRS. And I myself, as a content creator who is also an independent contractor just like MLM Huns, I just filed my taxes and I have a pretty good idea of what an independent contractor can write off and what they cannot. This is not tax advice, please be aware of that. But for example, business expenses for me that I can write off on my taxes is the camera I'm looking into right now, the microphone I'm speaking into right now, my lighting kit, my subscription to my editing software, because those are all necessary business expenses. I had to spend the money on those things to make videos for my job. In other words, I need these things to create videos. Are my fake eyelashes a business expense? Is this shirt a business expense? No, because I can sit here, I can make this video the exact same way if I didn't have these eyelashes on, or if I didn't have, well, I would probably need to be wearing a shirt. That would get me demonetized, but you know what I'm saying. I don't have to be wearing this shirt to make this video. I can be wearing a different shirt if I want. These eyelashes and this specific shirt are not essential to the creation and production of this video. And it is of my understanding that whether or not she has a tan or fake eyelashes or nice nails has no impact on her ability to recruit people into a business opportunity or to sell the company's products. If she wants to spend money on those things because it makes her feel nice, go for it. But those are not business expenses in this context. I could see those types of things maybe being counted as a business expense if your job is like a model or a performer of some kind. But as far as I know, those things are not tax deductible when you're just an independent contractor for an MLM company. And I'm happy that she has an appointment with a tax professional on March 1st, because that professional will likely tell her that those things are not deductibles, and hopefully she won't get herself into trouble for that. But for the love of God, please don't take tax advice from somebody in an MLM. Don't take it from me either. Do your own research, talk to a professional, because every person's tax situation is different, and I'm pretty confident that what she's advising here is not allowed. This next thing is just a photo, and it says social media marketing positions open. Weekly income and bonuses, customizable hours, one-on-one training, work from anywhere, DM social for more info. At face value, this looks like a typical MLM Hun post. Yes, it is misleading because it's not a social media marketing position, but in general, the first time I saw this, I was like, yeah, okay, what about it? Until you notice that underneath her username is the word sponsored. And I was like, oh, okay, there it is. That's why this person sent this to me. If this was just a graphic that she created and posted on her own Instagram story for 24 hours, whatever, that would be one thing. But then when you notice that this is a sponsored post, meaning that she paid her own money to push that post out to people and to make it show up on random people's accounts when they're clicking through Instagram stories and to make it look like a sponsored advertisement, all of those things are against the advertising policies of Facebook and Instagram. As you can see right here, sponsored multi-level marketing posts are prohibited. It is against Instagram's policy to be paying to make your MLM graphic appear like it is something that has been sponsored. And if you do see this, you can click on the 3 dots in the top right corner of the ad and you can report it. And aside from all that sponsored stuff, this is really misleading in itself. She's saying social media marketing positions open. It's not social media marketing. That's not at all what being in an MLM is. And there's just like red flags shooting up everywhere because this is obviously an MLM pitch. And when you click on her account, you can very easily see that she is an It Works rep. So very sneaky. Please be on the lookout for this. Just because it has the word sponsored, just because it looks more official, it's very misleading. Anybody can make any of their posts sponsored if they pay for it. But it is against Instagram's policy to be promoting MLM business opportunities in this way. This reel goes very fast. I'm going to slow it down, but it says no inventory required, no monthly quota, no monthly/yearly fees, free website, 50% commission, added bonus and raise monthly, supportive and encouraging women, me as your mentor/leader, free trainings, 50% discount, comment below for more info. There's 3 things on here that are incredibly misleading that I want to address. The first one is where she says added bonus and raise monthly. You don't get raises in an MLM. That's not a thing. Typically, when you're speaking about a raise, you're talking about like over a certain period of time, your income will increase by this amount. Maybe you get a raise based on performance or something like that. But in an MLM, there isn't even a base salary to begin with. So how can you be getting a raise? It's not like your income was this and then the company bumped it up to this now. And I'm assuming what she's talking about is that when you climb in the ranks, you make more money. Not at all the same thing as earning a raise at your job. And then the other 2 things I want to address is when she says no inventory required and no monthly quota. As with a lot of MLMs, yes, it is true that there is not technically inventory required. There are plenty of MLMs these days that are not inventory based, which means that you don't have to purchase it, hold on to it and resell it, but rather you sign up and then you have like a unique website link or something like that, and all of the purchases are made through a website. But even if you're not in an inventory based MLM, that doesn't mean that you're not spending your own money on product regularly. There is kind of this expectation that you be a product of the product and that you purchase things to use for yourself. She is in the MLM pharmacy, which sells things like makeup and skincare. And so the assumption is that if she's going to be a representative for this kind of company, she needs to buy some makeup. She needs to buy some skincare. She needs to be using it maybe to make some kind of like before and after photo, or to be showing the products on her social media, or to be doing a makeup tutorial or whatever it is. So she's definitely spending her own money on product for herself, but then not to mention that every single month as part of their compensation plan, there is a 125 PV point requirement. If you do not sell or purchase 125 points of PV every single month, then you do not remain active and you're therefore not eligible to receive your commissions. I don't know in pharmacy if it is a 1-to-1 ratio. In a lot of companies, like 125 PV is equivalent to $125 roughly. I'm not sure what the case is with pharmacy specifically, but for the ease of the math of it all, she has to be selling or purchasing $125-ish of product every single month. How is that not a quota? What do MLM Huns think the word quota means? I see this all the time of people being like, oh, my company doesn't have quotas. No monthly quotas here, no requirements. And it's like, did you even look at the compensation plan? Do you understand that there are things that you have to do every month to remain active? And if you don't do those things, you don't get paid. It's like they just completely forget about PV. So this whole like no inventory, no monthly quota thing doesn't really sit right with me. It might be true that these things aren't specifically stated in their policies and procedures. They might not say, oh, you have to spend $125 a month to stay active, but that's what's implied by the PV requirements within the compensation plan. And these kinds of reels are just so dangerous because people who don't know about MLMs and how they're structured could see this and think, wow, that's a great opportunity. And that's how people get sucked in. They see this whole list of all these positive things that she's talking about the company, but she's leaving out the fine print. She's leaving out the part where you kind of read between the lines to make the business opportunity appear way better than it actually is. This next one is a reel. This is a Zaya rep, and she's basically admitting that she is the customer. It says, using all your commission on product, and then she flips her camera to show that she's spending all of her money on this pair of leggings, I think it is, and it says, hey, we've all got choices, own that shit. Isn't the point of being a representative for any MLM company really to make some money? Isn't it so that you can monetize your activewear and do this as a business, as a side hustle? How do you expect to make any profit if all you do is turn around and take your commission and spend it on activewear for yourself? And hey, honestly, I know that some people do join MLMs for that exact purpose. They're a fan of whatever product it is, and so they're like, hey, I'm gonna join the business opportunity, I'm gonna sell it, and then I'm gonna take that money to buy my product, so I get my product for free. It's such a common defense that I hear all the time. People are like, oh yeah, I just joined to get a discount on the products that I was going to buy anyway, which is problematic in itself because then they're still spending money to support an unethical business model that exploits women, and I don't think that that can be justified. I don't care how good the products are. Even if people are perfectly happy with not making a dime and just taking that commission and spending it on product for themselves, this still says a lot about how MLM companies can stay afloat. These companies don't really have an authentic customer base, in my opinion, because a lot of the product that company is selling is going to their own distributors. It's just kind of like this self-sustaining loop. The person buys into the business opportunity, they receive some commissions back, and then they give it right back to the company by purchasing product. A massive red flag that you should be paying attention to is when an MLM company is able to sustain itself without selling product to true end consumers that have nothing to do with the business opportunity. And with that, my friends, that's all that I have for you for this MLM Top Fails video. As always, before we go, I have a comment shout out. This was a comment on MLM Top Fails 42, where one of the clips that I showed was somebody bragging, I guess, about the fact that they didn't have to take paid time off to be sick because they're not working a traditional job and they're doing an MLM instead. And this comment says, yeah, you didn't get paid time off because you don't even get paid time on. I love getting comments like this that phrase it so perfectly, so concisely, way better than I ever could. And such a good point. You're not an employee of anything. You don't have benefits. You're not even guaranteed a paycheck. So no duh, you're not getting any paid time off. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one real soon.